Hola amigos! Hi everybody! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alicia, and if you're not, welcome back. Today I'll be going over all of the series that I'm currently reading. I thought I'd structure the video in terms of reading priority for me, so I'll start off with the series that I'm most excited to finish and end off with the series that is my least priority or that I'm not as excited to read. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. The first series that I'm really excited to finish and read, and I just realized is no longer a trilogy, is the Southern Reach, not trilogy anymore. So I recently found out that Jeff Vandermeer is writing a fourth book for this series, and I'm so excited, even though I've only technically read Annihilation. But either way, I do want to finish it by the time the next book comes out. If you take anything away from this video and any other video that I make where I mention Annihilation, is that please go pick it up. It's so good. In the first book of the Southern Reach trilogy, Annihilation, we follow 4 biologists into Area X. Area X is this desolate area near the coastline where mysterious things are happening. This area keeps slowly growing and growing and growing. We have a secret government agency called the Southern Reach who is sending expeditions into Area X to observe and take samples. Now these expeditions have either not come back, when people do come back they're acting strange, or they end up dying on the inside in some way. In Annihilation, we're following the 12th expedition as they make their way into Area X and discover all of its wonder. I can't blanket recommend this to everybody. Jeff Vandermeer has this really great way of building tension and leaving little details interspersed throughout the story and to really bring it all together at the end. However, he doesn't give you the outright meaning behind his work. It's something that you have to extrapolate, and depending on who the reader is, that might vary. And I think that's what I loved most about this book. It's that he doesn't guide you to a given answer. And that's something that can frustrate some people if you like a book that really finishes the story for you and ties a bow for you. This is not going to be for you. But if you love creepy and airy and atmospheric novels, then I think you're going to love it. The next series on my priority list is going to be the Scythe series. I have already finished Scythe and Thunderhead. I'm just waiting for the Toll. The reason I haven't picked it up is because I haven't been able to find a paperback copy yet. I do have paperback copies of the first 2 books. I don't want a hard copy. I want paperback copies, so I am waiting. I was going to listen to it on audiobook, but since I'm going to buy the physical book, I just thought I'd wait. So I am waiting on the last book. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to be really brief about it because I feel like I've talked about the Scythe series several times. In the Scythe series, the world has essentially eradicated every single problem. There is no more hunger, there is no more war, there is no more disease. The world is now run by a very benevolent AI. Because people are no longer suffering or dying, the population growth keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. So there was a scythedom that was created where scythes glean people, which basically just means that they kill them. They do have to go through a training apprentice program with other scythes before they do take their robe and then themselves become scythes. I'm really enjoying this series, and I like the themes that are being explored. For example, human fragility and humans' capability to want power and to seek control. And I can't wait to read the last book. The next series on my priority list is actually my current read. I am currently reading Leviathan Wakes from the Expand series. And oh my goodness, it's so good. This is like my first major epic sci-fi that I've picked up. It's my first space opera, and wow. In this series, humanity has ventured out into the solar system. We have people inhabiting Mars, Earth, and the outer asteroid belt. We follow a dual perspective. In the first perspective, we follow a detective who is trying to solve the mystery of a missing person. He's tasked with locating her and bringing her back to her family. In our dual perspective, we follow Holden, who is an ice miner on board the Canterbury. When the Canterbury receives an incoming stress call from the scopuli, our story takes off. Eventually, Miller and Holden's narratives merge together into this wider mystery. It's great. If you like horror elements, this has it. If you like space opera, this has it. If you like epic, anything epic, this has it. It's so good, and I can't wait to continue with the rest of the series. The next series that I'm currently reading is Binti. I've only read the first novella so far, and I really like it. In Binti, we follow our main protagonist, Binti, who is part of the Himba people. The Himba people have been on Earth for hundreds of years, and they are very mathematically based. They never leave home, and their traditions are very ingrained into their culture, their belief system. The story really takes off when Binti is accepted into a really prestigious and elite school called Umza University that only accepts about 5% of human population, and no one from the Himba tribe has ever been to Umza University before. In this novella, we follow Binti on her journey from her home to Umza University. That's all I really want to say about this because it's a very, very, very short book. But, something happens on that journey and the story takes off. I don't know when I'll be picking up the next one. I am listening to them on audiobook as they become available through my local library. So I'll just pick up Home when it's available. The last and final series that I'm currently reading is Dune. This is last on my priority list for one reason, and it's that I have to reread Dune. I didn't love it and I didn't hate it. I definitely feel like I liked it more than I hated it, but I feel like I missed a lot of details first going into it. The first time that I read it, I wasn't familiar with Herbert's writing style, which I feel like takes some getting used to. He does write in third person omniscient, where you get to hear everything. The thoughts of all the characters voices, like all the plotting, so there's literally no mystery to it. But there is a lot of political intrigue, and the character development is actually very, very good in a super well realized world. In Dune, we follow the House of Atreides on their way to Arrakis. Arrakis is a desert planet where we have the substance called melange, which is necessary for interplanetary travel, and that also gives heightened abilities to its consumers. Once on Arrakis, we follow Paul and his mom as they are trying to survive after their house has been betrayed. That's all I'm really going to say about Dune, since the movie is coming out and I know a lot of people are reading it. But if you like political intrigue, if you like focus on small little details and like extensive world building, this is a really great one to pick up. Again, I'm going to reread this one because there is a lot that I missed before I pick up the rest of the series. So that was it. Those are all the series that I'm currently in the midst of reading. Let me know down below your thoughts on any of them if you read them. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!